Assalamu alaikum. From our menu today is fruit parfait. We'll be making apple fruit parfait. So we need apples, dates, honey, coconut flakes, peanut, cashew nut, vegetable oil, yogurt, salt, and some oats, quick cooking oats. So first of all, let's measure our ingredients. We'll first measure the coconut flakes, which I grated and air dried, not in the sun. So about 1.5 cup of that is going into our big bowl. We'll add it into our big bowl. So it's very important to measure your ingredients accurately so that it all binds together. So followed by our peanuts, I'm using 1.5 cup of the peanuts. 1.5 cup of the peanuts. You can use any nuts you have. You can use pistachio, you can use almonds, you can use walnuts, anyone you have, but for easier use we have cashew nuts available here, so that's what I used. I used 1 cup of cashew nuts and 1.5 cup of peanuts, followed by our dates, which I removed the seeds and chopped roughly and cleaned. I used 1 cup of it. Then our oats, I'm using 1.5 cup of oats. So oat is what will make you to that oat is what makes this recipe fulfilling. It's what will fill your stomach. Once you take 1 cup, you find that your stomach is full and you are satisfied. It can even serve you as a meal. So 1.5 cup of oat goes into our bowl. Then we measure our honey, which is a dark honey. It adds sweetness, and that's what combines and holds the granola recipe together. It's very important part of the recipe. Please don't leave out the honey or try to substitute it. Maybe you can substitute it with maple syrup, but nothing else. Just use honey or not or nothing else. So we'll add honey into it. It brings sweetness into it. So once the honey is there, you don't need to add any other sweetener to your recipe. So we'll add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use olive oil or any other oil of your choice. Then we'll measure our salt. We are going to use 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt, and then we combine everything together in the bowl. We make sure it is well combined before we transfer it into our baking tray. So this is it combined. So we are going to transfer it into our baking tray and bake in the oven at a medium heat for about 20 minutes. Halfway into the baking, you are going to check it and mix it up so that the bottom part doesn't get too brown. We are going to bake it until it's golden brown, about 20 minutes, depending on your heat, but you are going to use medium heat, not too high, because if it's too high, it's going to burn. While it's baking, we are going to chop up our apples. My fruit of choice is apples, but you can use any fruit of choice, maybe strawberries, maybe pineapples, any fruit you choose to use. You can add it to your fruit parfait. So I'm going to dice my apples and get them ready for the recipe. So fruit parfait is a very nutritious meal. So this is it. I'm layering it after baking my granola first, then followed by the apples, and then the yogurt. If you have Greek yogurt, you can use that because it has a thicker consistency. So we now add in a second layer of granola, followed by the fruit, and then the yogurt. This is it, and then the yogurt. Then we top it up with the granola and then garnish it with some apple slices. I can't wait to hear your feedbacks on this recipe after trying it. So you don't have to break the bank. Look at it, appetizing.